I was never meant to stand beside a crown. I was meant to stand beneath one. My name is Kalen Virex, Senior Armor Engineer of the Royal War Foundry on the planet Arden Prime, a world forged in fire and defended in steel. Arden Prime was not beautiful. It was strong. Its skies were streaked with orbital defense arrays. Its cities were layered with titanium spires. Its atmosphere hummed with shield generators that never powered down. Because our queen never stopped fighting. Queen Seraphine Alaris, the Iron Sovereign, the last monarch of the Alarian Dominion, a star empire that once ruled 7 sectors before the coalition rebellion fractured its borders. She was not known for mercy. She was known for survival. And survival requires armor. That's where I came in. The Royal War Foundry was buried beneath the capital citadel, a labyrinth of plasma forges, nanosmith arrays, and adaptive combat fabrication chambers. We didn't build ceremonial suits. We built war incarnate. The Queen's armor was the most advanced battle exoskeleton in the Dominion. It responded to neural signals at sub-millisecond speeds. It could withstand antimatter pulses. It adapted to battlefield variables in real time. It was a masterpiece.
And it was failing.
I first noticed it during the siege of Valthor 9. Live combat feed streamed through the Foundry's hologrid as the Queen led the charge against coalition insurgents entrenched in orbital debris fields. Her armor deflected heavy plasma strikes until one hit registered a delayed response in the right shoulder actuator. Just 0.8 seconds. But in war, that is eternity. I flagged it immediately. No one else did. Because no one else was looking for flaws in a legend. 2 days later, the Queen returned from Valthor 9 victorious. And bleeding. Not visibly, but internally. Her armor diagnostics revealed microfractures in the adaptive nanite weave, microscopic instabilities forming along the spinal reactor conduit. If left untreated, it would fail during high-output combat. I filed an urgent repair request. It was denied. Priority conflicts. Political review required. Royal Guard oversight pending. In other words, no one wanted to admit the Queen was vulnerable. So, I did something reckless. I bypassed protocol. I sent a direct request to the Royal Command node with my authorization signature attached. 30 seconds later, my terminal went dark. 2 Royal Guards entered the Foundry. You're coming with us. I expected imprisonment. Instead, I was escorted into the upper citadel, into the throne chamber. Queen Seraphine stood at the far end, her battle armor partially dismantled, silver-black plates suspended in magnetic stasis fields around her. Without the full suit, she looked smaller. Not weaker. Just human. You're the engineer who flagged the flaw, she said. Yes, Your Majesty. You bypassed 3 security layers. Yes.
Why?
Because if the spinal conduit fractures during combat, the reactor surge will cascade through your neural interface. Silence. You could die. Her eyes narrowed slightly. You speak plainly. I work in metal. It doesn't respond to flattery. A faint shift, almost amusement. Fix it, she said. Repairing the Queen's armor required direct proximity to her neural calibration core, which meant working while she was present. No screen. No remote interface. Just me and the Iron Sovereign. As I recalibrated the nanite weave, I noticed something unusual. The damage pattern wasn't consistent with enemy fire. It was internal stress. Overexertion. You're pushing output levels beyond recommended thresholds, I said carefully. I am aware. The suit adapts, but your physiology does not. Are you questioning my endurance, engineer? I'm questioning physics. She stepped closer. Without the full armor plating, she was still imposing, tall, poised, eyes like sharpened steel. You believe I am wearing myself down. I believe you are carrying the Dominion alone. The room felt heavier. For 7 years, she said quietly, every advisor has told me to compromise. And you didn't. No. I sealed the final conduit alignment. The armor will hold, I said. But it needs synchronization. With what? With you. Her gaze held mine. You fixed more than circuitry today. The coalition launched a full-scale assault 3 weeks later. A surprise attack on Arden Prime's outer defense grid. Orbital cannons detonated. Enemy dreadnoughts breached the upper atmosphere. The Queen donned her repaired armor. This time, the synchronization was flawless. Every movement fluid. Every strike precise. I monitored her telemetry from the Foundry command deck. Then it happened. A coalition stealth cruiser emerged behind her position. Heavy plasma charge building. Her sensors were jammed. No time to transmit warning through official channels. So I did the unthinkable. I hacked into her private neural link. Behind you. She pivoted instantly. The plasma blast grazed her shield instead of penetrating her core. She destroyed the cruiser in one devastating counterstrike. After the battle ended, I expected a rest. Instead, I was summoned again. You access my neural channel, she said. Yes. Unauthorized. Yes. And you saved my life. Silence. The throne chamber doors sealed behind me. You see what others do not, she said. I look for stress fractures. Her eyes softened, barely. Stay near the armor. That was how it began. Months passed. The war intensified. So did something else. Trust. She began consulting me outside of armor diagnostics. Battle projections.
Strategic modeling.
Political risk assessments. I was no longer just the engineer. I was the one who told her when her armor cracked. And when she did. One night, after a brutal victory that cost thousands of lives, she removed her helmet and set it before me. It's not broken, I said. No, she replied. But I am tired of fighting alone. The words hung between us. I was not born to be queen, she continued. I was trained to survive. There is a difference. And what do you want? I asked quietly. She stepped closer. You fixed my armor when everyone else worshipped it. Her hand rested over mine. You saw the flaw and did not fear it. Her voice dropped. I choose you. My breath caught. As what? As my future king. The world seemed to tilt. I'm not noble. You are necessary. I am not trained for rule. You are trained for truth. She lifted her chin. I fix the Dominion's defenses. You fix mine. Silence. Stand beside me. Not command. Invitation. I bowed once. Not as subject. As equal. Then we rebuild together. The announcement shook the Dominion. An engineer. Future king. Some nobles protested. Military factions questioned. But the people remembered something simple. He saved her life. More than once. Political rivals attempted to fracture the Union. But Seraphine was not the kind of queen who hesitated. She stood before the High Council. I will not marry for diplomacy, she declared. I will marry for strength. And strength, she argued, was not inherited. It was forged. Just like armor. Just like empires. Just like love. Years later, when the coalition finally signed peace accords, historians would debate the turning point. Some would cite the Battle of Arden. Others would cite strategic reforms. But those who stood close to the throne knew the truth. The war shifted the day the Queen's armor stopped cracking, and the engineer who fixed it stood beside her. Not beneath the crown, but beside it. She chose me as her future king. And together, we reforged an empire.